We have a question from Mark Halley. He asked, I got married at 23, separated at 29, and some women seem to be put off by that. Any tips to fix this?
Well, number one, first and foremost, you don't have to answer to anybody. Your life path is your life path. And as I discuss in 3% Man, you have to think in terms of when a girl's asking you something, especially about this, about your exes or whatever, is that whatever your answer is going to be, it's got to be positive and optimistic. And you got to put a positive spin on things. Because if you get into a negative territory or she starts to kind of pressure you and then you're kind of like backed into a corner and you're trying to justify what you did. And so if she asks and says that, when was it? 21?
He got married at 23, and then he got separated at 29.
Yeah, it's like your attitude should be, hey man, we had a great run. It was a great relationship. I thought it would last forever, and the last thing you're thinking on your wedding day is about a divorce or a relationship not working out. And it was a wonderful experience. I learned a lot, I grew a lot, and I'm grateful. I'll always love her, and she helped make me the man that I am today. So I'm excited about the future and what it holds. And by the way, you look pretty cute in that red dress. And then change the subject and ask her another question. Because you don't have to justify anything. And if she's like, oh, that's a bad thing, or it's like, how is that bad? It's like every relationship is an opportunity to grow. The whole purpose of all of them is you go there to give. And just because it didn't work out or we weren't right for each other long term doesn't mean I'm a bad person or she's a bad person or I'm right and she's wrong or vice versa. It was a wonderful experience. I don't have any complaints. It made me the man I am today. So I'm grateful for every girl I've ever dated, every relationship I've ever had, and I always learned something. So what about you? What have you learned from your relationships that didn't work out? And just turn it right around, because remember, whoever's asking the questions is the one running the conversation. And so a guy like that's like in a fearful place, and that tells you he probably hasn't read the book 10 to 15 times. And so a question like that comes up, and he's going, I know that was in the book. How do I handle it? What should I say? And she could tell you're in your mind, and that makes you look like you're guilty of something or like it was bad.
It
Or
is like,
that you were
why
wrong.
did you guys get
Yeah.
divorced?
Something must have happened.
Is he a creep?
Why
He's
is he
like,
not
yeah.
forthcoming? He's like, he seems like he's got something to hide. And then she wants to dig a little bit more, and then the guy starts backpedaling, and he just makes himself look bad. Versus if you decide ahead of time that you're going to be happy, you're going to be in a good mood, and that everything that's happened in your past it makes you who you are, and so you shouldn't have any attachments to it. And it's like when you accept all your flaws, your faults, the fact that your 6-year marriage didn't work out, it's nobody can use it against you.
Yeah.
And so if you see it in a positive light and you're not bothered by it or insulted, and if you come from the place of it was nothing but wonderful, it was nothing but beneficial to my life, then even if a girl breaks your balls about it a little bit, that's not your perspective. You don't see it that way. And so you don't have to agree with her. You don't have to get into her frame where she's trying to make you feel guilty or bad because your 6-year marriage didn't work out.
Yeah, she's like giving you like a shit test to see how you would respond.
Yeah, to see if, because maybe you're a bad guy. Maybe you were abusive, or maybe you did something wrong, or you were a shitty boyfriend or husband, or maybe you cheated or something like that. And so I've just found that when you keep it positive, keep it light, because if it makes you look good, if your outlook on it is good and you're grateful and you were on good terms with your exes, and there's nothing to feel ashamed about.
Yeah.
There's nothing to feel bad about. Even, my business partners, we parted, ways, even though lots of crap happened when we were together. But, even James, many years after that, we were still on friendly terms, and we didn't hate each other. It's just that our goals and our values didn't align, and I never wanted to go back into business with him again just because of the way he behaved, and I wanted to do things on my own. But I didn't hate the guy, and we still would hang out and shoot the shit whenever I was in town or visiting or whatever. And so again, if it doesn't bother you, it's not going to bother her.
Yeah.
But if it bothers you and she's able to get under your skin about it, then she's going to probe and dig even more. And then, when guys start backpedaling, then it looks like they got something to hide, or maybe something bad was going on there. And
And if you say bad things about it, she's gonna think, oh, if I date him and I
Yeah,
break up,
then
he's gonna trash talk me
Yeah,
all
he's
the
gonna
time.
talk shit about me.
Don't talk about negative things.
Yes. It's not if it's not gonna make her see you as more attractive, more confident, more masculine, more sexy, a better dude, then keep it to yourself. Don't be talking negative shit. Because if you're trying to seduce a woman on a date, you want to keep your conversations light and fun and positive, and have positive expectations around everything.
Yeah.
You know, the circumstances of your life only have the meanings that you give them. So give them positive ones. And don't let anybody else, especially your date, convince you that it was a bad thing. You should come from the place of it's kind of absurd to be upset or be mad or be sad or be disappointed or be angry or whatever it happens to be. You should just be nothing but grateful for your past and even the relationships that didn't work out.
Well, my thing is why is she asking about she's trying to dig to ask about
Because that's
bad
what you
stuff.
guys are.
Yeah, I mean that's
You guys
the
are like
whole-
cats. Like, a ball of yarn. I mean, woo, wow, look at that. Or the toilet paper roll. Oh, wow, look, toilet paper roll. And the cat just takes all the fucking toilet paper off the roll. It's like, that's what you guys are.
That's bad.
You're weirdos. What you
Very
gotta do?
true.
You're weird like that.